Hi, this is Megavergan, and welcome to part 2 of this adventure. It's basically where we left off. The 5 adventurers were strategizing because they had just recently heard a sound somewhat like a ritual, possibly a voodoo ceremony of some sort, and they hear these drums and smell of burning sage too. So basically, they're figuring out what they should do. So here is where I am going to do the acting out of the party, and just had to get some things first for the to set up some possible encounters, because it looks like something is gonna be there. So Rumusk is looking and he's like, I say we should go over there, because I do not trust the voodoo. While Tyvern is saying, yes, but they might actually help us. I think we should approach this carefully. Rutler's saying, I just want to like take some heads off, basically, and chop them up if they are against us. Clavaisia is thinking, I think we should go in stealthy, and Xena's like, yeah, I agree, because if we do it stealthy, then maybe I could perform a backstab, and I could possibly even kill one of them, but we'll have to see. We'll have to do this stealthy. And so basically, assuming that there's all these trees around, assume all these trees are around, so all I would need to do is see Xena's chance for moving silently. So she moves. The party kind of follows her as well. Yet as she's moving though, gets about to here, and this is like many minutes later because like of all the hexagons. Basically, what she sees is, I'll see if the moving silently has succeeded or failed. She is a level 5 thief, so to move silently, Xena is going to need to get a okay, she will need, normally she'd have a 40% chance that she has a dexterity of 17, which is really good. So that means that the adjustment to that would be actually would be plus 10. So that's actually a 50. Wait, no, plus 5. So that's like a 45. So I'll roll the dice. A 2 and a 3. 32. Yep, she's able to move silently. She as she is sneaking up, she sees like some wolves that are kind of just hanging around. They're eating a dead body of a human, and you see these it looks like there are these kobolds here, as well as a gnome, a male gnome who is in some sort of cloak. And the kobolds seem to be like in charge or like working for the male gnome. And so that's what Xena sees basically when she's spying on them. However, they were expecting an attack because they have heard the loudness of the rest of the party, because the rest of the party followed her. So which was a little bit of a mistake. Yeah, it's good to have your friends with you though. So this actually means that they get a surprise attack. So suddenly the wolves all kind of go up, and like here's a tree basically, so like a tree separating them. So Rumaska, he could go near the nearest wolf, and so the wolves, they kind of all go up, and they but each movement is about 30 feet. So I'd say a wolf would probably be able to run up and charge possibly, or at least run up towards the rest of the party. I'll say that each kobold, they have like this special power of some sort. So the gnome, he kind of laughs. My friends, please attack the intruder. So the kobolds actually they have this some sort of like magic spear basically, and like with the magic spear, they actually are able to possibly paralyze anybody. So what they do is they so pretty much they I will roll to see what the saving throw is for Xena. These guys are kobolds, yet they have rods, so I have to see what she needs against rods. A level 5 thief means that she has a she needs a 12 against a rod. So needing a 12, the first kobold shoots a rod right at her. The other kobolds, I think, go towards the others. So she needs a 12. A 20. She has succeeded. So she has succeeded in her save, yet she has a wolf that still tries to attack at her. And the wolf is a 2-hit dice monster, and to hit an armor class of 5, due to Xena's dexterity, the wolf needs a 11. So it's a 50-50 chance, basically. 6 as a miss. Now I'd say the rest of the wolves would take a round to get to the rest of the party, so it's a little bit more tricky. And the kobolds, I'd say, would go, and the gnome basically leads like the kobolds to stay here and like guard the wolves, kind of. And while the gnome just sits there quietly. And I'll see if the gnome plans to do anything in particular. Okay, he hasn't really gotten a spell prepared, but it seems like he's getting his own spell prepared right now. So he's like saying this like foreign language that nobody understands. Tyvern might have a little idea of it, but because it involves magic, yet they don't really know what he is. And Tyvern does not recognize this form of magic language, yet he realizes that this gnome is magical, or he has magic of some sort. So now I roll for normal initiative. I'll start with Xena versus the wolf first. Xena gets 5, wolf gets a 2. So with this round, Xena attacks first. She tries to hit the wolf with her short sword. 1, that's a critical miss. Oh yeah, that's right. And I did a thing called with critical misses. I guess I got a technique from other people that play D&D that whenever you get a critical hit, full damage, a critical miss, you drop your weapon. So she actually somewhat drops her weapon as the wolf is attacking. Yet, however, she has a dagger in her hand still, which she is going to do. 9. I know it's a miss, but I just want to make sure. Against armor class 7. Yeah, it's a miss. She needed a 12. So, 2 misses. The wolf now tries to take a bite at her, or a bite, and the wolf needs to hit a, well, here, I'll just roll. 11, that is just what the wolf needed to hit. So as the wolf hits, it causes 5 points of damage to Xena. So Xena was... So now I'll have to adjust that for Xena. Anyway, so, and then after this, after I adjust this, I will say that that now it is up to the rest of the party. The wolves have all taken their turns to go, and so of the two kobolds, they're kind of leading the wolves, like telling them like where to go somewhat, or like leading them like in some sort of language no one could really understand, but it seems like the wolves can somewhat understand what they're saying. And so this is all normal initiative with the party's initiative and the wolves. So I will go, I'll roll to see who goes first, or I could just do Rumusk, then Clawvice, and then these two in back. It would seem that Rutler shouldn't be in back because he's a fighter, but we'll see about that though. 5 for the party and a 4 for the monsters. Okay, so Rumusk goes. It is his turn, and what he does is he would try to hit it with his mace, or yeah, he's gonna hit it with his mace, not cast the spell. 8, that is a miss. I believe that is a miss. Yeah, it's a miss. You need an 11. Okay, and so Clawvice now goes. Her dexterity is a 16, so she has a reasonable chance to hit with her 2 short swords. It's a -1 and a -2, however. Yet she's fairly good at fighting, so it's kind of evens it out. Normally she would need a a 9. Now she needs a 10 and an 11. 8. 16. 16 is a hit for one of them. I now roll damage. 4 points of damage to that wolf. One wolf is now down to 8 hit points. And so the wolves, so I'll say it would take Rutler to get around to here, and Tyvern is going to prepare a spell to cast against some of the kobolds. Yet I will roll initiative for this kobold, this particular kobold. This kobold seems to be hiding behind a dead body and waiting for an opportunity to get close enough to Rutler. So this kobold and Tyvern, I'll roll for initiative. Tyvern's preparing a spell. A 3 and a 1. So Tyvern basically prepares a spell of his. He prepares to cast a magic missile spell, which is going to like hit everyone. So while he's casting his spell, he kind of tries to take cover from Rumusk a little bit, and so like as he's trying to take cover, the kobold kind of moves here and like fires, and this is magic. Tyvern should get a pretty reasonable magic saving throw. He needs an 11, 50-50, an 8. That means Tyvern is actually paralyzed for 6 rounds. And so now I will continue this next time, because I don't want the video to be too long.